Okay, today we're going to do 2-2, solving two-step equations. So last section you just did one step, this time it's two steps. So on all the problems you should be doing two steps. The first step is you have to add or subtract first, then the second step is your multiplication or division. Okay, so you always start with adding and subtracting. So when we look at number 1, again we're just doing a lot of examples today. When you look at number 1, 2b plus 6 equals negative 12, we want to get this b all by itself. So the first thing we need to do is get rid of this plus 6. So we do the opposite. If it says plus 6, then we subtract 6. And for some reason, my pen is not working well today. So I'm apologizing for that now. Okay, so we still have 2b left. So we bring that down here. This is canceled. Negative or positive 6 minus 6 is canceled to make 0. Equals, now this is negative 12 minus 6, or negative 12 plus a negative 6, so it's actually negative 18. If you need to plug that into your calculator, I'm fine with that. Okay, now we have 2 times b equals negative 18. So again, we need to get the b by itself. Okay, well this is 2 times b, so we're going to divide by 2 to get that 2 by itself, or that b by itself. So b equals, again, I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with my pen. B equals negative 9. Okay, so you have to remember that a negative divided by a positive is a negative. Okay, that is the first one. Let's do a few more. Okay, actually, let's get rid of that so we're not looking at that as well. Okay, so let's do it in blue, it's fine. Okay, number 2. Now, what if we have a fraction in here? 10, gosh, I don't know what's going on with my pen. 10 equals m divided by 4 plus 2. Okay, so when you have a fraction like this, again, this is 10 right here. Sorry, I really don't know what's going on with my pen. Okay, 10 equals m divided by 4 plus 2. If you want to get rid of this fraction from the beginning, you can. Okay, now if that doesn't bother you, then you can leave it and deal with it later. Or you can multiply everything in here by 4. Okay, so this would end up being 40. Oh my goodness. 40 equals, this will just leave you with m, because 4 times m is 4m, divided by 4 would just leave you with 4, and then 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, so now you're really only left with one step. So then we subtract 8. So 40 minus 8 is 32. Oh, this is starting to make me mad. 32 equals m. Okay, and you're done with that. Now, if you don't like doing that, multiplying at the beginning, you could have just subtracted 2 and then multiplied by 4, and you would have gotten the same answer. Let's try a different one. What about 8 minus 3y equals 14? Okay, so we look at this, we're trying to get that y all by itself, remember? So we have to look over here first. And you have to look at what's in front. This minus goes with that 3. It does not go with the 8. So this is a positive 8. I'm sorry, this negative. Okay, minus 8. Because remember, negatives and minuses are interchangeable. Okay, so then this is still negative 3y equals, and then it's just 14 minus 8, which is 6. And then now we're going to divide. We've still got to get y all by itself, so we're going to divide by negative 3. Okay. So y equals negative 2. Gosh, this pen is driving me crazy. Y equals negative 2. Okay. Okay, next one, number 4. Couldn't remember what number we were on. Okay, again, this one has a fraction in it. 1 equals, I find it easier a lot of times, especially when we get into more fractions, to multiply that fraction out from the beginning. Okay, so we have 1 equals k divided by 12 plus 5. We want to get k by itself, but it's in this fraction. So let's multiply everything by 12. You have to multiply everything. So you have to multiply this 1. So that becomes 12 equals, and those 12s will cancel. So you're just left with k. Oh my goodness. Plus 12 times 5, 5 and 2 is 10. So 60. Oh, whoops. My phone just rang. Okay. Let me make sure where we are. Okay, 60. So now 12 equals k plus 60. We want to get k all by itself. So we need to subtract 60. Subtract 60. Okay, so 12 minus 60. Okay, so remember here, this is okay. You can come up with negatives now. Now that you're in algebra, you can come up with negatives. So negative 48. You subtract and take the sign of the larger number. All right? I'm having to write big to try to get it to work. Okay. Number 5. Let me see what I have on here. So negative 7, I think we have 2 more examples. This one and one more. Negative 7 equals negative c minus 29. Okay. So when you look at this, again, we need to get c all by itself. We need to get this all by itself. So in order to do that, we need to add, I can't read my writing, add 29. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So we're adding 29. Negative 7 plus 29 is going to give you positive 22. Okay, it's really the same as 29 minus 7. Okay, equals negative c. Now, we don't want to know what negative c is. We want to know what c is. So what's really between that negative and that c? There's really a 1 there. Okay, so you're going to divide by negative 1, which all that does is it changes the sign. So it's going to be c equals negative 22. Okay, that's all that does. All right, we got one more. All right, I'm just going to do it right here in the middle. Maybe that'll help. Nope. Negative 6 plus 6z. Oh my goodness. This is a plus. This is a z. Equals 0. Don't let that 0 fool you. Plus 0. Okay, so again, we want z all by itself. So we got to take this right here. This is one of the more confusing ones. Okay, because there's a plus sign here, but there's a negative sign here. But you're moving the 6. So we're going to add 6. Well, we do to one side, we have to do the other. So 0 plus 6 is 6. And then over here is 6z. We haven't done anything to the z yet. Now the z's we still need the z by itself. And it's 6 times z. So we're going to divide by 6. Z equals, oh my goodness. Z equals 1. Okay, you need to show work on this assignment. Okay, I forgot to get a comic this time. I'm sorry.